Hey YouTube, coming back with another video. For whoever saw it or will see it in the future, talked about Nadex. If you hadn't watched it, go on there. It lets you know about setting up a demo account and what to kind of look for, I guess, in some of your charts. So today, I'll talk a little bit about the Nadex platform. Not much, but I'm going to go into some other stuff for Forex. So, usually the pairs that I have been anyways, is, excuse me, the euro and the Japanese yen, and the euro to US dollar. Um, lately I've been actually looking into to this one here, the pound to the US dollar. But they're all kind of pretty much the same thing, looking for the same markers as you're going through those. But what I'll get into today is going to be your Forex, which is the currency pairs and trading those. So Nadex is more of a binary, which is when you do a contract, it's 0 or 100. Whatever you buy into that contract and you win, you get that amount. If you lose the amount that you bought in at. So again, they're down. They come back up 6 o'clock Eastern time, which is another 3.5 hours. But it does shut down, as I've told you in the other video, for an hour every day, and then closes at 4 p.m. on Friday and opens up Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So what I wanted to get into is the Forex side of it. So you have different options that you can go on to on getting it for the U.S. residents. A lot of people want to keep it a little safe, so it's monitored and stuff. I believe TD Ameritrade does it, and a leveraged account to 50 to 1, which means for every $1 you have in there, you get $50. So if you put $100 in, you have 5,000, leverage 5,000, which is, if you want to really make some money, you try to go for the standard lot. But starting out, you go for your mini lot. Invest, put in a couple $100. Start off slow. How I would say is to try to find, again, you need to do your own research on these sites and everything, because some of them might not work. I ended up starting a demo account with tradersway.com. If you look it up, you can come over here and you can see, live account, demo account. I went ahead and just open up a live account, which I'll kind of go through this a little bit with you. I did another Gmail account or whatever, so I can do this to show y'all kind of what's going on. Now, whether you put actual money in here and do a live account, or just you're going to do a demo account, I would say just go ahead and open up a live account. So you come over here and you click live account, and when it comes up, you put your info in here. Again, if you want the live account, you would put your real information in here. Let's say Bill throw an email in here. Just throw whatever birthday you want to guess in here. again, if you're trying to do an actual account, then you're going to want to put all your correct information in here. Looks like it. Say search engine. So when you get in here, my understanding is to use the ECN format. The Meta4 Trader or MetaTrader 4 is a better one that you can use, and it has a mobile site and stuff. I've used it a few times, so I downloaded it again on all my stuff. Whatever currency you have here, click. I got the US dollar. Read your customer agreement, and then it says open your account. So they should be sending you information like this, which they will also send it to your email address. So your account would be this right here, your account number, your password, and then your back office will have a different PIN code and stuff like that. So you have both of them. You have your live account through the MT4, which is MetaTrader, and then you can go back here and look at whatever you have there. So you come down here, download your MetaTrader 4, and when you do that, it'll have you put your information in here, this number, you put your passcode or password, and then have it saved. It'll log on, and when you log on, which I can actually look into, let me, okay, so I got mine downloaded and up here. I would say to just to start out with, go over here to the side to your indicators, you'll drop the box and go to RSI. Just click that, drag it over to this screen if it's not already on there, and just look at this. Trade off your RSI, because as you can see, you got 0 to 100 over here. Well, I guess I need to bring the screen over some, but you got 0 to 100. This is your 70 mark. This is your 30 mark. You got 0 here and 100 up here. So if you're just trading with this, if it's on the top section, normally it'll hit like right under your 50, so you're looking at 40. It might bounce off of that. Now if it's on the lower part like here, it's probably going to hit your 60 and then come down a little bit. But regardless, you're looking at this. So when it goes underneath the 30, like this right here, for the most part, it's going to end up starting to go up. So, which it did. It went underneath there. That means it's been oversold, I believe. So therefore, it'll start going up. So people are going to start buying in because it's under. So then it goes up. And if you're actually looking for pips, let's say you put one bid in here at 10 cents, which means you'll get $1 per pip. So if you're doing the 10 cents, come over here. Let's see what it would be. So if you end up getting it where it closed out at, come up here and you just do to here. I mean, you're looking at about 15 pips. You hit here, about 1.8 or about 18. So you're doing $1 a pip. You only have a $200 account, and you just put one bid in there for 10 cents for each, which comes out. It's hard to really explain. I'll probably go into more detail in another video, but you'll get $1 per pip. Now, if you have more where you can get a standard lot of 100,000, and you put a trade in for, let's see, like right here, new order. So you come in here, you have volume. So you do 1 cent, do 5 cent, $1. So $1 means that, if I'm correct, you have at least $1,000 in there. But when you set up your account on Trader's Way, you want to pick the 200 to 1 option. And then, I mean, you can do whatever you want, and be realistic with your number on how much you want to do your demo account for when you open it. So you start with your live, then it asks you on the side if you want to do a demo account. You click your demo account, and it'll come up and it'll ask you what you want to do your leverage at. I would prefer, do 200 to 1 and be realistic with your amount. Like do $1,000 or $2,000, whatever you think that you might put in here. So when you do put that amount in, you're starting from there, so you know what you can do with that. Now, if you make mistakes, whatever, that's why there's a demo account there. You learn off it. You can reset it and start over again. But so let's say you put $1,500 into it. You want to do it at $1. So that means every time it goes up a pip, it's going to be $10. So if you got in down here and it was up here 18 pips, that's $180. If you call the right stuff, you make it. So let's say you're on this, you get into it. As soon as you push one of these buttons right here, it will go into the execution stage and put you directly into it. Now you have your pending orders if you want to do a different thing, different times, different price points. You have your stop losses, and take profits, which I can get into another video. If y'all want that, just comment below, let me know. But anyways, you get into it. So that's basically like, it's totally different than the Nadex. Nadex, you have an expiry date, and when you get in, you buy it for that amount. If you lose, you get 0. If you win, you get 100. Now this one, if you go down here and you decide you want to buy in, think it's going to go up because you're underneath that 30, you can hold it basically as long as you want. So if you come over here and you got into it here and it does all of this stuff, come down here, you still think you're good, you still think it's going to go up. So if you actually still have it and it was the end of the day, you're looking at 31 pips. So whether you get in for $1, that'd be $31 if you decide you want to sell at that point. Or if you're a big baller and you did a $1 for each one of yours, that means you're getting $10. I mean, you're looking at $300 profit. So you can cash out if you want to. So as you're going through here, it went above the 50 to about 60, flirted with it a little bit, and then came down. Now you're looking at about the 40, as you can see when I'm sitting right there. It says 44 RSI. Like I said, when it comes down just a little below the 50, if it sets on that, then it's probably going to go up more. So then, as you can see, it goes up. Now that you're up at the 70, it might rise up a little bit more above the 70, let's say about 80, and then it'll probably start coming back down. So as you're looking at just selling or buying off the RSI, let's say right now would be a perfect time to get out. So you'll close your trade. When you close your trade, you'll get your profit or your loss, because if it actually, you get down here and it comes down, then you're going to be losing that money. Just remember that. There's another side to everything. But if you just go off the RSI, I think you'll be fairly safe. Nothing's guaranteed. So you sell about here. It might go peek over top of it a little bit. And if it does, do a sell order. That means that you're expecting it to drop below that. So let me come down here a little bit, show you what I'm talking about. So it hits. Actually, it hits here too. goes down. So it hits about 53, not 48, and then it starts going back up, like I had said before. Then it keeps coming down. It hits that almost 30, starts going up again. So 50 is your average, and it stays in there, your baseline, and you just kind of go off of that. When it hits one of these lines, the 30 or the 70, that's when you kind of want to get in, just looking at the RSI. So if it hits your 30, you want to buy. That's saying the market's going to go up. If it hits a 70, you do a sell order, which means it's going to come down. Hopefully, this isn't too long and y'all kind of understand what I'm trying to get at here. Hopefully it'll help y'all out. There's other indicators you can go by and stuff, and I just figure most people will keep it simple. You keep it simple, and you might be able to get into a little bit of profit. I would say if you can get pips, 15 to about 45 pips every trade, I think you'll be good. But just try to do, 25, an average of 25 a day, or whichever trade you get into. Just pay attention to what's going on here on this RSI. And then, like I said, you go to new order here, you get into it, and you buy or you sell, or buy or sell. And these are your prices. This is the spread at what you're getting into it. So usually it's about a 1 pip spread, usually, maybe 2 pip. But now if you're getting a bigger pip on this, on the spread, then you might not want to get involved. I personally would not. If it's a 1 to 2 pip, that's not a bad pip spread. Alright, so now going on to the pip. What is a pip? So on this particular symbol, your second number here after the decimal is your pip. On most of the other ones, it's your fourth. So every time this goes up or down 1 point here, it would be a pip. So if you're looking at, let me see if I can bring it up here. Right here, as I'm holding, go up. You see the last number on those 3 different numbers? That's what it's at. So if you come down here and you get into it down here, it's 111.898. The 9 is your pip, your full pip. So as you're going up, if you're at, what was it, 89? So 89, come up here, you're at 08. So you get what I'm saying, right? So if you're going over here where your other stuff is, let's see, euro to US dollar, let's bring up one of those. Drag it over here. Alright, so here's your other one. Let's come to the end here. So this is, of course, a different one, but this has a different pip spread, how you want to do this. So most of them are going to be this, 4 after the decimal point. So this is your 1 pip. So when this changes up or down, that's 1 pip. So you would adjust off of that. Some people might not know what the pip is, so I'm just throwing it in there. I can go more into detail. I know, again, I'm just starting out these YouTube channels, so I'm still trying to figure out the info, and I know it's long and stuff like that, so please bear with me. Hopefully, you're looking at this, you're not getting, oh my gosh, he's taking forever to explain crap. But I'm trying to get used to this myself. It's kind of new to me. But so we'll kind of get out of this. Let me bring up my other window here. And I'll probably start talking about this on my next video, just to kind of bring this into there too, is cryptocurrency, Coinbase. So to get into here, this is basically where I'm going with this. They only have 4 cryptocurrencies on here though, as of right now. And I just noticed today that they have a Coinbase bundle. So you can put a certain amount in here and just buy a little bit of all of them with one purchase if you want to. But you can buy, you link your account, your checking account with this. It takes a couple days to get everything figured out and stuff. You can use a credit card, you can use a debit card, you can use a routing number off your account, but you can set it up. I'll try to put a link in the description if y'all want to go check that out. But you can do a weekly amount put in there automatically, or an auto monthly or bi-weekly or whatever, where it automatically buys whatever you decide you want to get into. I don't really mess too much with the Litecoin, not really too much with Bitcoin Cash, but Ethereum and Bitcoin I've been in, and I picked up some Ethereum Classic because the Classic's just like the original. There's a story behind that whole entire thing, but right now this is basically a discount price of what it could be on that, because the Classic does the same exact thing as Ethereum. And I have a feeling this might end up going up, but as you can see, it's come down quite a bit on all these charts, but it looks to be, you got higher lows here and higher highs on Bitcoin. Come down here to the Classic, it's kind of doing the same thing, which all these kind of trend the same off of Bitcoin. And I mean, before long there's going to be a bull run on this again. It's been about a year since it was about 20,000 for Bitcoin, and all of these have been up pretty good. So I mean, a little investment here and there shouldn't hurt anybody, but that's what I got. I have a little bit in all of them as at this point, but I'm going to leave it stop it here. Any question that you have, put a comment below, or you want to cuss me out for being slow or whatever. Thumbs up, thumb down, doesn't matter. Do whatever. Hopefully you'll subscribe, and hopefully I can get a lot of your questions answered. And hopefully for the newbies that are coming into this, hopefully I can answer some of y'all's questions. And hopefully I have some info for just anybody that you might not have known, or a refresher. But I hope everybody has an awesome week this week, and I'll see about getting another video out this week. Y'all have a good one. Thanks.